Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be working on PlayStation 3 FAT model CECHA01, which turns on, gives a green light but has no output. There is no video on it. So first we're going to read Syscon codes, diagnose it, and then we will take another steps to fix the console. My name is Paul and you're on RadPaw channel. So without further ado, let's get right to it. You can see our patient. Unfortunately, this console was mechanically damaged. It has a broken corner. We will replace it. I probably have another plate like this, so we will replace it later. But first, let's take the console apart and see what's going on. We're gonna use our Syscon reader and see what codes are. So first let's try to turn the console on and see if it gives an image. I've been told that it doesn't, or if even it gives an image, it will turn off immediately. Interesting. So we do have an image here, but the system was not turned off properly. So let's find out what's going on. Of course, we also can do the same steps. We're going to use our Syscon reader and we will read the codes, but it's really interesting. I am surprised that the console gave us an image now, but as you've seen, you can see that it's checking its database, so there is definitely some kind of a problem with this console. So this might be some interesting repair. Maybe that's not gonna be a specifically Frankenstein mod, but let's first find out, and let's turn the console off, take it apart, and read the codes. So now whenever we have our board taken out from the housing, let's connect with our Syscon reader. Of course, use something underneath. So let's solder our Syscon reader. Of course, let's start from tinning the pads, and let's find a ground. I am always using this point here, and let's tin the pads. Our ground pin first. Of course, we can also solder our diag cable too, but not solder from the other side. We will use it later. Now yellow wire, which is our RX and TX. And now let's connect power supply. Always use some sponge or insulator here, so it won't short circuit on the board. And let's power it in, and let's read our Syscon codes. So first we have to connect to it with external mode with this command. Of course, auth to get into the console. And we have authorization successful. So first let's find out if our Syscon reader is working. Let's get any code from it, and we have 1200. Or technically, let's read all our codes, just paste them, and we'll see. Wait, I am not in a Syscon. So technically, the only code we have here is 1200, and 1200 is, let me see, let me go to that PSDev wiki. 1200 says thermal cell, so CPU overheat. So, oh, also we have 2022 code, and 2022 code means DVE error, multi-AV controller for analog output. Interesting. So this is something completely different than regular yellow light of death. So it's not RSX problem. So technically the console is overheating. So probably that's the reason why it turns off. And this is the reason why the client sent this console to me. But let's do the full testing. Let's get that internal mode done too. So first we have to read some EPROM values. Enter. And we have 00FF. Let's set a value to 00. And then let's confirm it was done with this command. And we have 00. So now to switch to external mode, we can close this session here, Control C. Oh, it doesn't want to work. Okay, it's exiting, and let's restart our console. It should beep a few times now. It beeped, so now we can connect in internal mode. So to get into internal mode, we have to solder our diag wire, which is connected to ground, and use internal mode commands. So let's turn this on. It beeped 3 times, and let's switch to that command prompt. So now we can go back to our command prompt and connect as internal. Again, auth, auth, enter. Auth successful. Error log, and same errors we could read before. But first we have to fix our EPROM checksum, EEPGSUM, and we have to fix our 39FE value. So let's write this down now. So write address 39FE, and the value is 38. Remember about byte swapping. 0F. Enter. Let's go again to EEP checksum. And now we don't have any errors. So looking through that error codes, we are just having CPU overheating. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do that delete. We're gonna cut off IHS, that heating metal plate, and this should help with it. But first let me call my client who sent in this console, because he's been complaining about that turning off, but probably this was just because of heating too much. But he also mentioned something about doing that Frankenstein mode. So let me first confirm with it, and we will continue from this point after contact the client. So we have a day 2 of this repair. I spoke with the client. Client doesn't want to go with Frankenstein mode. He just wanted to have this console cleaned. And if the only reason it was turning off was just heat, I changed that thermal paste and deleted cell CPU and deleted RSX, repasted it, and now I can show you the console is fully assembled. I was able to find a new top plate, so the plate is attached. Let's see if this console will work after repasting it. Let's turn the console on. We have a beep. And let's wait a little bit. And we have an image. And now the console is working silently. It doesn't overheat. I will still test it. And after testing, it will be given back to the client. So you can see now that not every issue with this FAT models are RSX issues. There are still some consoles out there that are just having some overheating issues, and the simple repasting will fix that issue. I was afraid that it was also dropped because the top lid was broken, but I don't see any issues with this console. Let me check one more thing. So let's check if this console will read a disk. I have GTA 4 for testing. So let's find out if it will show up in the menu. Okay, so it reads a disk. So as I mentioned, this console is completely fine for now. It doesn't change the thing that it still has that 90 nanometer RSX, which will fail. That's pretty much sure. But so far as the client can still use this console, he decided not to do that Frankenstein mod yet. He'll come back whenever this console will die. So this is it. Thanks to that Syscon reader and Syscon code, we could diagnose this console without any issues. It was quite easy, and we didn't have to do any not necessary steps. So if you liked this video, hit that subscribe button, hit a like, leave a comment. What do you think about this kind of repair? And see you in the next one. Thank you.